3-year-old Catcher asked, "Mom, did you know that before you were my mommy, I had 2 brothers and a daddy, but you weren't my mommy?" "Well, where was I?" "You were in heaven." "What was I doing there?" "You were waiting to be born." Kids like Catcher say the strangest things. Are they just making it up? Or are they actually spouting out an advanced philosophy of life? Do we live more than one lifetime? Does our consciousness persist beyond death? Do these children know a greater wisdom that we adults have forgotten? Perhaps we should take notice. Catcher also remembered being in heaven before birth. When he was 5, he asked, "Mom, how many lives do we have?" "What do you mean?" "I mean, how many lives do we have on earth before we stay in heaven?" "I don't know, Catcher. I think it depends on the person." "Well, how many times until I get to stay in heaven?" "Catcher, I have a feeling this is your last time." Hello, this is Elizabeth Carmen, pre- and perinatal psychology educator. For over 30 years, my husband, Dr. Neil Carmen, and I have been researching consciousness before birth. The idea that babies are conscious before conception and during gestation and birth may sound far-fetched. The challenge is, most of us have been brought up in social, educational, and religious systems that teach nothing about an existence before birth. In recent decades, evidence for consciousness before birth, explored in the books of Dr. Thomas Verney, Dr. David Chamberlain, and Dr. Ian Stevenson, have been slow to reach the mainstream. One line of supporting evidence for the existence of consciousness before birth comes from children who spontaneously talk about their journey to birth starting at an early age. Altogether, 50% of our book, Babies Are Cosmic, Signs of Their Secret Intelligence, reports children's memories of birth, womb, conception, heaven, and past lives. Children stretch the minds of their parents when they innocently relate these memories in a confident, matter-of-fact tone. Some remember one or more of these 5 types. A more rare group of children retain all 5 types. Here are some examples of what children between the ages of 2 to 5 tell their parents about what appear to be their past life memories. These memories may surface as a one-liner that a child repeats as if it's no big deal. We call these past life zingers. First child, "Mommy, do you know when you die that you can choose another body and come back to Earth?" "You're my favorite, Mommy, better than the one I had before." Second child, "I don't have to listen to you because I was your mom before. You're supposed to listen to me." Third child, "Do you remember when you were the baby and I was the mama? I loved you so much." Fourth child, "When I was older and I lived with my other mom, where did you live?" Fifth child. I just know that next time I'm born, I want my same mom again. Sixth child. Mom, I'm an old soul. I've been around before. Seventh child. When I was the dad and you were the kid, I told you what to do. Eighth child. Granny, when you were a little girl, I was your mama. Ninth child. Mom, when I'm big, then you'll be little again. Then I will carry you and dress you and put you to sleep. 10th child. Mom, did you know that when you die, you go up and visit God for a while? Then you come back down as a baby. 11th child. I've been here before. I used to know you. I'm so happy to see all of you again. Parents hear past life zingers and more. Children who remember more than past life zingers include 5-year-old John, who claimed that the 2 birthmarks on his neck are due to a fatal gunshot wound in his past life. John has a 1-inch diameter birthmark in the front of his neck, the entry wound, and a 4-inch long mark on the back of his neck, the exit wound. To ease his mother's anxiety about his traumatic death, he said, "After I was shot, I was pretty instantly in the spirit world." John asked his mother, "What do you think happened to that guy who shot me?" "I don't hate that guy. I'm not mad at him, Mom, because I'm glad who I am now. If he didn't do that, maybe I wouldn't be your baby. After I died, God let me pick my next mom and dad. I didn't want to stay in the same family because they had health problems like arthritis and diabetes. I asked God to pick me a healthy mom and dad. He showed me your picture. I saw you and Dad holding 2 kids. I told God, yes, I want to come back to you. You guys are so beautiful." John's mother, Sarah, had always thought, reincarnation is hogwash. Those are fabricated stories coming from people seeking attention. All that changed when not only John, but altogether 3 of Sarah's sons talked about their past lives. She said, "It has taken me a long time to come to grips with what's happening here. As a result of their memories, an incredible realization has come over me. These kids have set me on a journey, and I'm starting to see things differently and get a sense of just how beautiful it is." Sarah's husband, on the other hand, has not always been so sure, but that too is changing. Sarah told us, "Several days ago, my husband started talking to me about reincarnation and said, 'You shouldn't talk too much about it with the children. Maybe it could be evil.' Then, like a mysterious, mystical force coincidence, the power went zit, and the whole house went out for over an hour. I turned my phone flashlight on, and my husband had a look of terror on his face. Then, Taylor and Orion, the youngest 2, ages 7 and 9, came running into the room. I told them what Daddy was talking about right before the power went out. Orion said, 'Mommy didn't even know what reincarnation was until we all told her. She learned it from us.' I really did learn all this from the kids. They talk about it so freely. The night the electricity went out sounds like a made-up story, but it was really funny and serious at the same time. I believe God has a sense of humor. When the power went out, it was like, whoa, wow, and I totally knew it was the spiritual world that did that. My husband knew that too, and he even apologized to me. He actually did come around after that. He told me he thinks the children and I are in his life to help him break out of a way of thinking that is closed off. We have been fooled into believing that small children have little awareness when, in fact, they have access to a larger consciousness. Explore a deeper realization of consciousness through the 5 types of children's memories and research in prenatal and perinatal psychology.